and welcome back to Zach and Ellie's craft room, and today we're just going to do a quick fix. So my lovely son came home with his jacket a few weeks ago and a button had fell off. Now this is more of a summer jacket and we're coming into winter now, so it's probably not going to fit him next year, but it might, so I'm still going to fix it. And even if it doesn't fit him next year, at least I'll be able to give it away to the charity shop, knowing that it's fully fixed. So it's in lovely condition, there is no reason to get rid of it, just one button missing. So here's the button, and as you can see, all the threads are still actually in there. So all we're going to do today is pop our button on. And of course, in these times that we're living in at the moment, we want to make sure that we can get the best out of our clothes. So you can either pull the thread out with small scissors, or if you have one, or these are quite relatively cheap, this is a stitch ripper. So as I have one, I'm going to use it and just get rid of all this excess thread in here. Just work away at it. Oh, I wanted to do a better intro today. Can I start again?
No, we'll do the intro after.
Alright. So we just keep going in until we've got all of this out. Sometimes when a button comes off, the thread is left in the item itself, but on this occasion, goodness knows what he's done to it. But such is life. Such is life with children. Okay, so as you can see, I have freed up all of those holes now. We're just going to put this button back on to its rightful spot, and if he still fits in it next year, fantastic. If not, then this can go to the charity shop. When you're giving things away to the charity shop, don't give things away that are ripped and broken, because they have to pay to get rid of it. So I mean, sometimes they do sell for scraps, but I wouldn't encourage it. If you can fix it and your child or husband or whoever can still get good use out of the item, then just fix it. It's really simple, and I'll show you that now. Now, there are probably many different ways to put buttons on, but this is how I do it. So we can see here that this is where the button has come off, because it's affected the fabric there. So we don't want to go in exactly there, because we'll just be sewing into holes. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place it next to, close enough that it's not going to affect where the button closes. We're just going to put it next to. Now I'm a right-handed person, so I need to be going in at a different angle. So I'm just going to turn this jacket round. And pop it on, as I said before, just away from that frayed fabric there. So you're putting me off.
Oh, that's fine.
So the knot needs to be on the inside there. So we come, in order to make sure that the knot is on the inside, we go at it inside the pocket. So it's up to you. When there's four, you can see how they've done it on the others. All of the other buttons on here have actually been put on. I don't even know how to say that. So they've just been sewn on vertically. No.
Parallel.
Yeah. They've been sewn on
Parallel.
So normally when I'm putting in a 4-hole button, I do so by adding a cross, so going across, diagonally across, and then the opposite on the other 2 holes. However, as you can see on this coat, they go parallel to each other, so that's what we're going to do here today. Now, with this being a camo coat, I could have gone through my cottons and found a khaki green just like this, but for the purposes of this, it's really not going to matter, and you won't be able to tell too much that this has been fixed. So there we go, the button's in there now. So we're going to do this parallel so it matches the rest of the coat, and it seems that all the other buttons have the numbers going across the top, so I'm going to just emulate that and do exactly the same. So probably difficult for you to see here, but I'll do my best. Tricky with buttons because obviously you can't see what you're sewing into. It's okay when you're going out, but when you're coming back in, are you sure you're alright there, love?
What?
You hungry?
Yeah.
Trying not to get my chins in. As this is going to be used by it's a 10-year-old boy's coat, I think. So as this is going to be used by a youth, I would perhaps give it a little bit more sewing than I would do if I was perhaps using for myself. So 3 stitches here is not enough to stand up to the rigours of my son anyway.
A bit of a handful.
So I'm going to go in quite a few times. Just to make sure that this is doubly secure. So again, as you can see, I'm just using the top 2 holes at this stage. Now some people do put something in between the button and the fabric in order to be able to create a little bit of space in order to emulate the buttonhole. But I have been sewing buttons on like this for many years. I don't want to give obviously my age away, but
25.
we learned to do this when we were at school, so I don't even know whether it's a skill that they do actually learn nowadays, but that's why there's YouTube, isn't it? So we're just doing the bottom holes now. I'm going to give that a good few stitches. That's the second time I've done that. Oh. Yeah, this is where editing comes in. I've made a bit of a mess of that. If it helps to steady it with your hand, just do so. And as you can see, even though I'm using black thread on this, it's not actually taking away from the design itself. So much better to have the button sewn back on in a slightly darker thread than to not have it there at all. So as you can see, this is the underside now. I've just pulled that to the back, and we're going to need to create some knots into the back here. So what I generally do is take my loop. Now you can go through once or twice, it's really up to you. I would probably do double because it is a button. So this is going to get a lot of use. So double knots, maybe even 5 or 6 times just to doubly secure it. Of course, this is in the pocket, so it doesn't have to be particularly neat. You don't have to be a seamstress in order to do this. One more time. Double knot, so through the loop once, through the loop twice. Pull it all the way to the end. Trim that off. And then there we have our button sewn back on. Pop the button through, and there we have a fully fixed coat. So whether it fits the child again next year or whether you're giving it away to the charity shop, it's worth just spending. You've seen me there, it's taken a few minutes, and this coat is back as good as new, and it's a really good quality coat, so it's worth taking the time. So thank you for joining me again. If you like what you see, hit the like and hit subscribe, do all the YouTubey things, and come back again for more crafty videos and quick fixes soon. Come back soon for more crafty videos and quick fixes. I'll see you then.